So there is a lot happening in the market right now, and in this video, I'm going to talk about some very important data for Dogecoin. So we are now seeing that more and more celebrities are coming to the crypto space, and Dogecoin is getting the most traction among all these celebrities. And we are now seeing that famous producer and entrepreneur TJ Allard has joined the Dogecoin community by commenting on a post by Dogecoin's developer, Billy Marcus, on Twitter. So Allard responded to the post by asking, "Did someone say Dogecoin?" And although this may seem something not that important, I think that TJ Allard is just giving some hints here. And I think he may soon come up with a major development for Dogecoin and its holders. And the good thing to see here is that Doge is indeed gaining massive traction, and more celebrities are now endorsing it. And this can eventually lead to mainstream adoption of Dogecoin over the years. Let's first talk about Ethereum, since it is one of the leading cryptos and I think it can potentially affect Dogecoin's price. So according to a recent study by Arcane Research, Ethereum has been through 750% drawdowns in the past. And if we talk about more recent drawdowns, Ethereum touched the stars in November 2021 with an all-time high of 4.8K. However, market crashes in December and January brought the price down by 55%, around the 2.5K range. And this means that over $280 billion have been wiped from the market cap, putting all past losses to shame. And now Arcane Research studied similar 50% dives by Ethereum in the past, and it found that a drop of this degree for Ethereum historically takes an average of around 38 days to happen. However, the latest fall took approximately double that time, so this means that the price volatility in Ethereum has been gradually decreasing. And seeing this, Arcane Research has predicted that Ethereum has the potential to get back to the 4K range as soon as July 2022. And I think that it can happen because things are now starting to get better for ETH, and we are now seeing some bullish catalysts for it. For example, we are now seeing that Ethereum has recently reached the oversold territory, and from the perspective of fundamental analysis, it implies that its price is already under the justifiable market level. And it is now creating additional buying opportunities for long-term investors, and we are now seeing that strategic crypto investors are accumulating ETH at his oversold territory. This is because it qualifies them to generate additional returns on their investment in the future when the positive trend persists. And we know that such a high rate of accumulation by long-term investors typically results in a high likelihood of the end of market correction within the following weeks. So this growing demand for Ethereum, due to the merged gap between its realized market price and the equilibrium level, may contribute to the gradual restoration of its price. Moreover, I think that the change in the market trend may also attract other investors, contributing to the more sustainable price increase within the following months. And another very bullish thing for ETH is that over $4.5 billion worth of ETH has been burned since the implementation of the Ethereum Improvement Proposal. And we are now seeing that an average of 307 ETH are being burned per hour, and about 12,300 are being burned per day. Moreover, Ethereum's net issuance has dropped to around 1,100 ETH, meaning its net reduction is now over 91%. So this means that Ethereum can become a deflationary currency if burns outpace net issuance, which has already occurred in a few blocks. And once this happens, a lot more investors will jump right into ETH, and this will take its price to new highs in the long term. And now, if we come to its current price level, we can see here that ETH has been showing some positive trending during the last 24 hours. While this is a good thing, I think we should still expect some volatility in the short term. But as we have just seen, the long-term outlook for ETH is looking very positive. So things are going to get better for it. And as I said before, ETH can also impact other altcoins, especially Dogecoin. So if Ethereum shows some positive momentum, then we can expect a similar pattern from Doge. And now let's talk about Bitcoin, which can also affect Dogecoin's price. So Bitcoin has now started a slight recovery phase, and we can see here that it is now trading around the 40K price level. And this is a very important move for Bitcoin because we know that clearing this resistance level was very crucial for Bitcoin to move up from here. And now I think we should wait and see if Bitcoin can manage to turn this range into a support floor. And if this happens, then we can expect some solid moves from Bitcoin in the following trading sessions. And this positive momentum of Bitcoin is now making me more and more bullish on Dogecoin. So you can see here that Doge has a very high price correlation with Bitcoin. And this on-chain data is now showing us that if Bitcoin manages to move up, then Doge will follow suit. In fact, we can see right here that Doge is also showing some positive momentum right now. And I think this is happening because both Ethereum and Bitcoin have managed to move up in the last 24 hours. So it appears that things have started to shape up pretty nicely for Dogecoin. However, I'm not saying here that Doge is going to surge right away. I think we should still expect some volatility in the coming days. But the good thing is that the long-term outlook for Doge is looking very bullish. And thanks to its high price correlation with Bitcoin, it is going to move up because we are now seeing some very bullish data and updates for Bitcoin. For example, according to Finder's latest Bitcoin price predictions report, the panel predicted that Bitcoin will hit a peak of around 93K in 2022, and they think that it will end the year down at 76K. The panel highlighted that Bitcoin is now becoming more and more accessible through more established financial institutions and products like ETFs, and this will help it to continue to rally in the short to medium term. Moreover, one of the panelists gave a more bullish prediction for Bitcoin. So Vanessa Harris, Chief Product Officer at Permission, said that Bitcoin is best positioned to be the store of cost many investors will seek to weather excessive inflation. And she believes that this is exactly why Bitcoin can manage to hit the 220K price level this year. And now as Bitcoin is attempting to put aside the recent market correction, historical data is pointing to an imminent upward reversal as Bitcoin potentially finishes up the formation of bullish momentum. So we can see here that as per data from Sentiment, Bitcoin is currently replicating the trading movement witnessed over the past year where it registered a surge in trading volume after a drop in value. And historically, moments of such trading volume drop have appeared attractive to the bulls amid reduced interest among retail investors, pointing to a possible upward reversal. And we can see here that although Bitcoin began the year under high volatility, it has managed to form a series of bearish and bullish price movements below the 40K mark. And this has resulted in the formation of a broadening falling wedge or descending broadening wedge. And seeing this trend, popular crypto analyst CryptoZombie believes that Bitcoin is currently under the broadening falling wedge based on its 4-hour chart. And historically, the position forms a final partial decline before taking off to retest highs with 40K, the current crucial target. And he believes that if this level is breached, the bull market will likely be back on even more momentum than before. Moreover, with Bitcoin price currently in a descending broadening wedge on a 4-hour price chart, CryptoZombie notes that historically such scenarios have resulted in a breakout. And based on the point where Bitcoin began forming the latest broadening falling wedge, the bearish and bullish trajectory could culminate in Bitcoin potentially trading at around the 52K mark. And since we have just seen that Bitcoin has managed to trade around the 40K region, I think we can now expect this historic trend to develop again this time around. And this is not it. Some prominent market leaders are also giving some bullish comments for Bitcoin. For example, the third richest person in Mexico, Ricardo Salinas, recently said that Bitcoin is a better option than fiat money. He believes that Bitcoin is unseizable by a regulatory force and can be exchanged easily around the world, unlike fiat. And he believes that since everything we have by fiat is completely seizable by the government, this makes Bitcoin a much better currency than fiat. So this means that Bitcoin's adoption is going to increase in the future. And talking about Bitcoin's adoption, MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor sees evidence of a lot more institutional adoption of Bitcoin. And he believes that with regard to the outlook for Bitcoin, in the past 12 months, Bitcoin has evolved and matured. And this is why he believes that there will be more and more publicly traded companies holding Bitcoin on their balance sheets, and more public investors with Bitcoin exposure, along with more banks rolling out Bitcoin acquisition and trading and custody services. Moreover, there will be more regulatory awareness and more clarity as to how the entire crypto industry is going to evolve. So these are very bullish remarks for Bitcoin. And I think that what Michael Saylor has just predicted for Bitcoin can also happen for Doge. This is because we know that a lot of firms are already showing great interest in it, and they are going to adopt Doge because we know that Doge has the lowest transaction fee. And this makes it a much more preferable choice for all these firms to accept Doge payments. All in all, things are looking good for Doge over the long term. And this is why I think that its price is also going to move up in the coming months.